What is long term? What is short term? Short term, again, no hard definitions, but short term, you're really thinking about like less than 1 month, so it's usually a day, a week. Yes, it's long term rental technically, although traditionally you think of like a year. And now we have a hybrid, which is kind of like, okay, it's 1 month, but it's fully furnished. You can think of like Airbnb. At long term, it's at least 1 month, traditionally 1 year. It's fully furnished and its utilities included. Now, historically, way back in the day, my aunt's day, they used to tell me that 70 years ago, a lot of the rentals were actually furnished by the landlord. So it's now the other way around. Now it's most places are not furnished. The renter has to furnish. The renter has to also pay for energy. So that's just the basic kind of short term, like a hotel, long term, very different, like longer leases. And medium term is a really interesting hybrid. How I got into all this as well. Like, I mean, I guess in my childhood, like I'm growing up, I was kind of clueless really with like what to do. My first short term was like, it was only $10,000, believe it or not. And even since, like with that money, I now find that like it's one thing to learn yourself, it's another thing to help others. And that's where I'm more passionate about now is really kind of like showing other people, look, it's easier than you think and helping them escape their paycheck and go further. So with short term, you can definitely do that, even with long term too. I don't know, maybe you're feeling overwhelmed by it all, like which is to do. And if so, maybe this will help you and you're working all the hours in the world, you're really busy, you want to get ahead, but you feel like you're up against this wall, right? No matter how much you work, it's kind of like in a rat race, right? You're not escaping. Like you're saving, but inflation is eroding all the actual gains you're making. And you really want to get it. Maybe you're even smarter and you're already investing in index funds, but you still feel it's too slow. How can you accelerate like that 30 years to maybe 5 years? How do you bring the future to present to today? If that's you, if you want to get ahead in life, that's the first step, right? If you want to make money and you want to like retire early, maybe you want to help your family, your friends, maybe loved ones. It's not just putting meal on your own table. Maybe you want to help other people and support people, etc. Provide for your family. This is the way for you. If you want to like, if you thought that retiring in 2 or 3 years was impossible, then it's important to search these kind of topics, especially with short term. It's just a game changer. It was for me, it can be for you. The income that you get, like the flexibility is unparalleled, definitely different. With the long term, it's less headache. You've got very good consistency. Definitely like the tenants are there for a year. It's not a job, but you don't have the cash flow. Whereas with the short term, yeah, it's a lot of messaging. There's a lot of guest communication at first. There are tricks to get over that. And really, it's the incredible income. You can also pause one of these short-term rentals. It could be your second home. Maybe you want to live there for a week, a month. You can always freeze the calendar and move there. It could be like a vacation rental or anything like by the beach, by the mountains, resorts. You can go and live in your short-term rental. It doesn't just have to be even renting out part of your home. So if you want to escape the rat race and you want to retire faster and you didn't think it was possible and you thought it was only for rich people and you thought like I cannot get into this. I got into my first for just $10,000. Like you heard that right, $10,000. I never thought it was possible. And it blew my mind when I figured that out first. To be honest, I was scared. Like I didn't want to own. I didn't know how to even unclog a toilet or change a light bulb. Like that's how bad I was. And I didn't want the headache of owning a property. I didn't want to be dealing with the roof or the local council, the lawyers, the politicians. I didn't want to deal with the tenants, the legal battles, none of that. And I found that there was a way and talk about that, but there was a way getting in for just $10,000 in my first one. I wet my toes and it honestly, the cash flow, it totally did change my life initially while I had a full-time job. So it doesn't have to be a full-time job if you know what you're doing. So I think it's an interesting thing. I think you're probably wondering like what to do and you're thinking, is it too late now? Like the prices are so high. I should have got it. Well, the best time to invest would have been yesterday, but the second best time to invest is today. Even if you mess up, you can always like ask for help, whether they're cleaners, whether they're maintenance, or whether they're even coaches, like getting training, because education is the name of the game. Look, you don't even have to pay someone. I have a free guide that'll help you. So you can get that for free. It's right here. It's right in the description. It's there. It's everything that I wish I actually had when I was starting out. I had to learn from scratch, but you don't have to. You can learn from my mistakes, you can learn from my tips, and I really hope it does change your life and makes it much easier and helps you grow. And just remember, you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to be rich. It's just one at a time, right? One property at a time. That's it. You can build wealth just like that. So here you go. You can have it for free. It's on you. Now that I'm giving back, I hope you enjoy it.